Yeah, my name is Richard Hainsworth, and my character name was Ken. Do you know what? I've been racking my brains about I got cast, and I have no memory of it whatsoever. I mean, it's over 30 years ago. Um, I guess I just went along to an audition and was very lucky to get the job. Yeah, I was based at Rotherhithe, which was a neighbouring um, station for Blue Watch. But my character Ken was an old friend of Sally's. So, that I think that was the storyline there. Okay, well, as I said, we're at Rotherhithe, and as far as I remember, um, Sally, played by Sarah Powell, she was sent over as a relief driver for us, and I think my first line, I think, was, "All right, Sal." Sort of, I was at the desk. I was at the desk at the sort of the front office, and she came, "All right, Cal." I went, "All right, Sal." And then we just had a little chat because, as I say, our characters knew each other anyway. So it was nice. It was nice, and it was a lovely shoot to do. My memories of it is just it was everyone was friendly and lovely, and Sarah was gorgeous. Sarah was just absolutely lovely. There was no feeling of hierarchy. I mean, everyone just welcomed me anyway. So I felt a real part of it. I didn't feel like sort of a guest artist just coming in for one episode. I felt like, oh, I'm involved immediately, and everyone was really lovely and really friendly, very welcoming, and Sarah was just great. It was almost as if we did know each other. She was just so lovely, and I mean, she's just such a natural actress. She has that factor. It's just totally believable. I mean, you just knew she was destined for bigger and greater things because she was just so lovely, and just as I say, just so natural. Just that effortless being rather than acting. She just was that character. I was there for not just for my parts, because as you know, these things aren't filmed in sequence necessarily. So yeah, we were there. I was there for I think it was a couple of days in the end. Um, but to be honest, it is a little bit sketchy back in the grey matter way back then. Well, actually, I think that's quite an interesting question because uh, the fire service had literally just changed, just renewed, redesigned their costumes, and we were some of the first people to actually wear them. So when we went, because obviously it's filmed in real fire stations, and we turn up in all our gear, and they go, "Blimey, innit? What's all this?" And we said, "Well, this is what we don't wear that." And we are like, "Well, you're going to," and they hadn't seen it. So we because obviously by the time that came out, they probably would have been wearing those costumes. So we were the first to be wearing the new uniform. Yeah, I mean, he was really lovely. Again, just treated you like a part of the ensemble. So he's very welcoming, very and what's lovely as an actor coming into those things is when you are trusted by the direction, by the team, that you know what you're doing. So they don't have to sort of mollycoddle you or patronize you. They just treat you the same as everybody else. And that's great for your own confidence coming to something like that. So he was superb. And yeah, just treated me like a real member of the team. Oh, I'd have loved to have done. I mean, I was hoping that might be the case. It was, uh, I mean, Sarah said, "Oh, you might be in here," and but it depends on storylines, and obviously they couldn't have a storyline in another station all the time because it was all about Blue watching theirs. So, um, but yeah, it was. they were very kind to me, say, "Oh, you know, you might be in now," but no, that was not to be. But I'd have loved to have been. Of course, I would. Not really, apart from the fact, as I've already said, how welcoming everybody was, and you were immediately treated, or I was immediately treated like one of the team, not like an outsider. So it felt a very comfortable working environment. It makes a huge difference when you are welcomed into something that is so tight, because obviously it has to be so tight because they're on tight schedules all the time. They haven't got time to muck about. They haven't got time to mollycoddle people. They haven't got time for oxygen thieves, as it is. You know, you've got to be able to step up and do it. And it was great. So I loved that environment. So as I say, yes, I would have loved to dance some more. Well, I'm speaking to you from my studio. I built my own sound studio 3 or 4 years ago, which was amazing timing, really, with the pandemic that hit us. Because I do a lot of voice acting, and as that, you are professionally self-isolated. So I was able to keep working. So the things I'm in and doing at the moment, I am there's a game called Elden Ring, which is won every accolade going for it. In 2021, it won the most anticipated game. In 2022, it won the best game amongst all others. And I play Edgar in that. He's Lord of the Peninsula Citadel. So I play Edgar in the biggest game in the world, which is fun. And I record the fun thing about that is that I recorded that here whilst being live directed uh, in London, whilst being live directed simultaneously by the writers and creating team in Japan. So we did it all, but I was here, didn't leave my own studio, which is amazing. I play Kieran in the Fisherman's Friends films. So Fisherman's Friends 1 and then Fisherman's Friends 2, 1 and all. That came out last year, the second one. I did a lovely film last year called Knockers, which is set in Cornwall. Knockers, by the way, rather than having sniggering boys' laughter, Knockers is a Cornish thing about the fairies in the tin mines. That's a lovely little film, directed by Lucy Cohen, who's a BAFTA-winning um, uh, director for documentaries, but this is her first feature. So that was exciting to do. And I did, as I said, I did a lot of voice acting and voice work from here. So I'm at the moment I'm on the voice on telly for Reader's Digest. For their my voice has obviously reached a certain age now, so I'm doing Reader's Digest, equity release, and a mobility scooter called Quingo, which they're sort of showing daytime TV commercials. But you know, it's great, and I love it. And I've been doing a bit for the National Trust as well, voice wise. My absolute pleasure. And listen, good luck with the book. That'd be brilliant.